So, according to multiple reports, the Pelicans are finally willing to listen to calls on Zion Williamson, which is a big step. And to be fair, that is a lot different than the Pelicans are actively shopping Zion. We don't really know which one it is, but we know Zion can be had for the right price. The question is, what is that right price in 2025? A couple years ago, you probably could have got a young player in 4 first-round picks, something crazy like that. Today, I'm not sure what you get for Zion. I'm not sure who wants Zion. Now, you can make an argument whether this is something the Pelicans should have seen coming. I have multiple videos on my channel kind of seeing this coming. But the question at hand, who would want Zion Williamson? To me, it kind of has to be a team that is not close, but not far, right? Like, I don't think any true contender is trading for Zion right now. Like, obviously not OKC, obviously not Boston. I don't think the Cavs, any team like that is trading for Zion. The Grizzlies, like, those teams are good. And then if you're a bottom feeder team, I don't think you want to make Zion like the face of your franchise. If you're the Wizards, do you want to rebrand around Zion? I don't think that's something you want to do. The Pistons, they're a little bit better than that, but also you got a thing going with Cade. It would almost become Zion's team. Maybe the Pistons are one of them, but I don't think one of those teams should go and get Zion. If you're the Hornets and you already have to deal with LaMelo's injuries, I'm not sure you're trying to add Zion to that. I think a team that is kind of stuck in the middle, that is decent but has no real avenue to put them over the top, a team that would kind of have to get lucky with a draft pick or something crazy like that to go over the top. I recently just made a video titled, "Is it okay to be okay?" And I think one of those okay teams that has a chance to swing for the fences in a Zion is worth it. A good example being the Sacramento Kings, right? The Kings aren't close, but they also aren't far. And there's really no avenue for them getting to that level. The only real chance they had was Keegan Murray becoming an all-star level player. That doesn't look like it's gonna happen. But you throw in a Zion and who knows what the ceiling of that team might be able to be. It doesn't seem like the cleanest fit. Sabonis, Zion doesn't seem the cleanest. In this hypothetical world, maybe you move on from DeRozan, get more like 3-and-D wing players to put around Zion, Fox, and Sabonis. You still got Malik Monk. I don't know who would have to be in the deal, right? But a team like that, because they're stuck. They're currently having to make a decision about De'Aaron Fox, or I think it's an obvious decision for them, but De'Aaron Fox has 2 more years left on his deal. What are they really doing? What are they really building there? What are they really holding on to? For a team like that, and you have a chance to get a guy that can be a top 15 player in the NBA if things break right in Zion, why not swing for that? And also the thing is, Zion is not going to cost that much. I'm not saying it's going to be nothing, but I feel like the risk is definitely going to be worth the reward for teams like Sacramento, because if you don't swing for a Zion, okay, you're going to be a first-round exit again. De'Aaron Fox might leave in 2 years. Like, what are we actually doing here? We got a chance to get one of the best players in the NBA when he's on the court. Why not? Another team I feel like fits this category is the Indiana Pacers. Now, this one is a little bit more difficult because they already have Siakam. But unless you're telling me that Mathurin is going to end up being one of the best players in the NBA, and I'm not even going to fight you on that, maybe he will be, but that's the type of leap they need for them to be one of those upper echelon teams. Right now, they have a bunch of very good role players. They have Halliburton and they have Siakam. They're another small market team. They're not really going to be able to sign big name free agents. They're not going to have a high draft pick, exactly like the Kings. A talent like Zion does not become available very often, and we understand the reasons why Zion is available, but that's why I'm saying for these teams, why not? Again, you take a step down and you look at Charlotte. You say, we're kind of building something here. Maybe Brandon Miller is going to be special. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, we got Miles Bridges. We don't really know our ceiling as a team yet. I'm not sure we want to bring in Zion and build around Zion, right? Build around all the deficiencies in Zion's game. Same thing with Detroit. We got Cade, we got Ivy, we got Thompson, we got Duren. We're still trying to figure out how these players operate. Indiana, Sacramento, you kind of know the ceiling of most of your players. You kind of know what you have, and you kind of know you need a different level of talent to take you to that next level. But for me, it's really only Sacramento and Indiana. Like Atlanta, you got Jalen Johnson, got Shea. I feel good about that. Chicago, maybe, but Chicago shouldn't even be trying to win right now. Houston, we got Şengün, we got Jabari. Let's figure out how good those guys are. And again, if Zion was healthy, then clearly Houston should do that, but he's not. Every other team in the NBA besides Sacramento and Indiana, in my opinion, is either very good right now or very bad right now, or they have players that don't fit with Zion. Miami, I don't think so. Zion and Bam, who really knows, but that's not a Miami move. Golden State, Zion and Draymond, not necessarily the greatest fit. I'm sure it could work out. I'm sure it could. Also don't think Zion is a fit culturally in Golden State. And that's another thing that comes with Zion. We don't really have to go into it because we don't know the behind the scenes of it all. But Zion doesn't seem like the best culture fit in a lot of places either. But then again, you might be able to put a lot of that on the culture in New Orleans, right? Once you know you can get away with certain things, you do it. Especially when you're an 18, 19-year-old with millions of dollars and you're the savior of this franchise, the savior of the city. You feel like you can do whatever you want to do. And the Pelicans have not been able to check Zion for anything, and I don't want to get into it too much because I'm only speculating on things, but it just doesn't seem like a well-ran place over there. And it seems like Zion knows that. It seems like a lot of players on the team don't respect what's going on. So one, Zion could just naturally mature as he's getting older. And two, if you go to a place with real structure, maybe you have to fall in line. If you go to Miami, you got to fall in line. If you go to Golden State, you got to fall in line. But I don't see those teams taking that risk on Zion. Again, it has to be a team that is not close, but not far. Somewhere that's not relying on him to be the face of the franchise, not relying on him to be the savior, but also somewhere where his talent could take them over the top. And to me, again, that is Sacramento and Indiana, teams that have no real other move. And I'm scrolling down these standings, and I just don't know who else would really want Zion. Maybe Portland. Portland, Zion would be the face of the team, but they have a lot of talent. They're probably better than their record says they are. Scoot hasn't really looked like that guy. Maybe it's Portland, but I just wouldn't do that if I was Portland. I wouldn't be making Zion the face of my team. The Clippers, right? But they got the Kawhi situation. Why would they want to do that again with Zion? Don't think they would make that move, but that could make sense. So yeah, I guess for me in order, it would be Sacramento, Indiana, Detroit, and then lastly, Portland, I guess. I don't really know who else it would be, but specifically for the Kings, I don't really know what their next move is. And if you have a chance on a guy that, again, could be a top 15 player in the NBA, and you don't have to give up the world for him, to me, that's kind of like your last-ditch effort to keep De'Aaron Fox, to keep this core together. I'm not saying that's going to work. I'm not saying it's a perfect fit. I am saying if I was running the Kings, I might take a look at that. But let me know in the comments down below what team you would like to see Zion on. Or maybe you still believe in Zion as a face of the franchise. Maybe you feel like the Pelicans shouldn't move on from him at all. Let me know all that down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop a like. Please comment. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. On the road to 6K. Almost there. Probably be there in a couple days if you guys help me out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.